Hello everyone, and welcome to Protecting Your Pharmacy from a Ransomware Attack. My name is Justin Sotomayor. I have 17 years of pharmacy operations experience, including disaster preparedness for incidents just like ransomware. I have 5 years of informatics management experience and work for CompleteRx, which provides pharmaceutical informatics consulting and management support for pharmacies around the country. How could ransomware attack affect you? Consider these scenarios. Imagine an ICU patient on a Levophed drip that just ran out and the automated dispensing cabinet's down. You try to pull up an EMR and the computer is blue screened. You try to call the pharmacy and the line is blank. Your facility just upgraded the phones to the digital Ethernet phones. Your facility has been hacked. What do you do? Or you are at your independent pharmacy and about to hit enter on the verification screen for the third of 12 medications in Miss Betty's orders, which includes her pain medication that she's out of. The skull and crossbones flash across the screen, along with instructions for you to pay 5 Bitcoins to the hackers for a key to unlock your system. Your whole computer is locked with no way to print a label. What do you do? The entire operating system can be shut down. No phones, no CPOE orders, no medication profiling, no drug interaction checking, no medication labels, no EMR documentation, no automated dispensing cabinet interfacing, no dispensing of meds on the floors. Worst case scenario, patient deaths, lawsuits, extended stays, etc. We have noted an increase in the industry and want to be proactive in helping organizations safeguard themselves from these types of malware attacks and mitigate risk for them. So what are ransomware attacks? Ransomware is a form of malware which restricts user access to the whole operating system or specific files on the system through encryption. They started in Russia around 2005. In the beginning, they used 1-900 phone payments via Notepad to get them payments. They moved across Europe and entered the U.S. by 2012. In ransomware attacks, hackers manipulate users into downloading malicious software. They lock down their data and then extort them for money, typically a Bitcoin, for the key to unlock or decrypt it. Bitcoins are open source peer-to-peer virtual currency and are described to your right. Pharmacies should pay special attention to ransomware attacks. CMS has requirements to protect patient health information. It's a stage 2 core measurement. It's also a modified stage 2 core measurement. The stakes are high. Once the virus is downloaded or arrives as a payload, it can lock the computer screen, encrypt certain files, disable the master boot record, which prevents the system from even powering up. And it's on the rise. Roughly 350,000 Bitcoins in total ransomware encryption across all entities, not just healthcare, has been spent in 2016 alone. Typically, hackers target users via phishing attacks or malvertising. This can be through email links, documents, or hard copied directly from flash drives onto the network from the inside. Mainly an email itself from the internet site. Newer versions seek servers to spread itself on. The user would inadvertently download the malware or malicious software. It's disguised as internal mail or sending from a known source, i.e. a bank, government, or place of business. The user will click on the website link and download the malware inadvertently. Hackers will lock down the user's files or whole computers with that software. It will usually give you a screen that gives you the information on how to pay the ransom to get your files back. CryptoLocker is a popular one. Also, there's BitCryptor and others that do the same thing. Ransomware may spread to connected files or computers. The virus will have replication code within, and it will search for network devices and spread to those as well. The user will pay the ransom, or it risks the hacker destroying the files. Most screens will have a countdown timer on them to create urgency to pay before all the files are lost and wiped clean. So how do you prepare for a ransomware attack? Proactively. First, you must plan. We should develop a plan and outline a comprehensive and detailed plan and practice, practice, practice. Just like a mass casualty event plan, we must practice it. Second, prevent. We need to do everything we can to prevent our users from inadvertently downloading the malware and infecting our systems. Third, maintain security. Maintain the cybersecurity of the EHR and use cybersecurity best practices to keep your operating systems and your patient data safe. Finally, respond. If a ransomware virus is activated, you should respond swiftly to mitigate the risk, as well as financial or patient risk to the organization. We will discuss each of these in further detail through the next slide. Step 1, plan. Develop a ransomware plan with the elements such as downtime procedures. They should be documented, detailed, and practiced methodically. Use hard copy backups of your physician orders, prescription pads, and other items that are needed for patient care. Have approved recent order sets and protocols printed and stored safely. Keep blank prescription labels and a logbook ready in order to prepare for this downtime. Have your automated dispensing cabinets ready to be overridden. Catastrophe downtime override approval should be required. Have the keys to unlock all drawers readily available. Have a mapping of drugs and their locations per each automated dispensing cabinet. Send someone from the pharmacy to monitor the dispensing of the medication. Decision trees. Know what are the appropriate next steps in a methodical fashion. Know who to call for which problem, both pharmacy, nursing, or other IT support. Roles and responsibilities. Determine who makes the call to take the system down. Will it be the house supervisor, chief information officer, director of IT, director of pharmacy, director of nursing, etc.? Who will make the call to take the ADCs to override? And what machines will go to critical override? Is that the director of pharmacy, director of nursing, etc.? Who will be at the machine to do the dispensing per state law? Can a technician do it? Does a pharmacist need to be there? And who is going to keep track of the narcotics that are dispensed while on override? Is it the nursing supervisors? What does your state law dictate? Cybersecurity policies. Define best practices for internet security. Some facilities reduce traffic to safe sites only. Others limit internet traffic altogether. And again, others will not allow external emails at all. So we need to define the best practices for email security. Don't click on links in emails. Go directly to the site website and log in as you would regularly. Even if it looks to be from a known sender, verify before clicking links and downloading documents. Look for misspellings and improper grammar in the body of the email. Know what action needs to be taken to keep patient information safe. Remember, no one wants a HIPAA violation. Strategic partnerships. Does it sound overwhelming? You don't have to prepare, design, and implement your plan alone. You can join forces with a strategic partner and consulting firm who specializes in disaster preparedness specifically for pharmacies. Do your research and choose a company with the expertise and knowledge to prepare a custom disaster preparedness plan tailored to each facility based on geographical location, in patient population. Step 2, prevent. Authentication. Close access to applications for individuals who need access only. Make software only accessible from certain internal IP addresses. Antivirus software and firewalls. This will be up to your facility or the hospital setting. Retail facilities should choose a reputable company and take updates frequently. Pop-up blockers. Again, this is mainly for independent pharmacies who operate their own software via the internet. Healthcare facilities usually have secure pop-up blockers that are installed from the IT space. Employee awareness. This is the most important one. Perform phishing tests to assess vulnerability. Create fake emails that have a website linked to it, which could take the user to a web page that lets them know that this was a test and they failed. Make sure your employees know safe internet practices. Step 3, maintain. Implement ongoing cybersecurity best practices, such as regular backups. Backup options include hard disk files, ran in the background or manually, remote data warehouses. There are companies that provide this service. There's also high-speed data microwave links that transmit signals wirelessly. This brings up second-line connectivity. Not only are there microwave links that transmit wirelessly, but you can also get an additional service provider on a separate network in case the system goes down. Use strong passwords. Passwords should be strong, capital and lowercase, numbers and special characters included and embedded. Newer strong passwords do not include any dictionary words. They must be changed frequently, quarterly at a minimum. And of course, do not use passwords from personal accounts such as banking, credit card, or emails. Software updates. These should be done by the software vendor in conjunction with the IT team to make sure you have the most up-to-date version. Employee education modules. Quarterly or semi-annually via a computer-based learning platform would be the best approach in doing employee education. Should an attack occur, we must take action. Disconnect from the network and the internet. Unplug the LAN cables and turn off the Wi-Fi on mobile units across the network. Disable file sharing. Close access to all remote drives, whether they be G drives, X drives, or any other name that they go by. Disable remote services. Close VPN access until the threat has been contained and the IT team gives the approval to get back on the network. Activate your disaster plan. You've prepped for it, put it in action. Deploy your backup items, documents, keys, labelers, and etc., and continue your patient care. Alert the authorities. Contact the local police and the State Bureau of Investigation if applicable. A tale of two hospitals. When it went wrong. Kansas Heart Hospital was hit the week of May 22, 2016. It lost all access to critical files for several days. It paid the ransom, and the hackers asked for more. But they're not the only ones. Hollywood Presbyterian Medical Center, Alvarado Hospital Medical Center, Chino Valley Medical Center, Desert Valley Hospital, all in California alone have been hit. King's Daughters Health in Indiana, 10 MedStar facilities in the D.C. area, as well as Methodist Hospital, Kentucky, were all hit this year with a ransomware attack. When it goes right. you'll never hear about it, because proper safeguards equals business continuity equals no prep. So let's revisit those initial scenarios. Now, what would you do? What happened with the hospital who had proper safeguards? The network was brought down. The quarantine machines that were quarantined, the machines that were infected. We deployed the paper documentation. Pharmacy deployed pharmacists to key ADC machines that were to be overridden for patient meds. Pharmacy pulled the archived MARs and delivered them to the nursing units. We scheduled pickup of paper orders, and the machines were wiped by IT as all this was taking place. Machines were re-imaged and backup of the EHR was uploaded onto the server. Once everything was tested, the machines and the network and the EHR was brought back online. The paper documentation was sent to pharmacy and to other areas so that data could be entered into the system for continuity. We had dictation companies transcribe physician dictations into the EHR. Minimal loss of medical record data ensued, and no disruption of patient care at all. So what's your plan? How will your facility maintain care if your multi-million-dollar EHR was suddenly a paperweight? Invest in a plan to protect your assets and mitigate legal and financial risk today. Thank you for attending this webinar today. Do you have any questions or you want to know more about what we do? Visit our website at www.completerx.com, or you can follow us on Twitter and Facebook. If you have a question and want to reach out, our email is below, knowledgeseries@completerx.com. Thank you for attending.